time and expense settings. Okay, this section, the time and expense section is what it is. So okay, so on a timesheet, so in a timesheet, the issues which gets used or shown in the timesheet is only the issues which are open and the issues which got closed that week. Any issues which got closed the previous weeks or the from way back will not actually be used. The reason is if you use all of them, then your list will be really long and it can cause performance issues and then yeah, a lot of other issues. So if you want to keep your list short and then you only want to look or charge time to only the current issues, then by default that's what it does. But if you want to get to see all your previous closed issues also, and that's when you would use this configuration or setting. It says include previous week's closed issues. If you do that, then it'll bring all issues from the system and it'll be really long. And the next setting is the previous week's template, and this previous week's template is actually used when you actually create a new timesheet. So when you say you want to create a new timesheet, so there's a checkbox here saying use previous week template, and how far previous do you want to actually go and look for your previous week's template, and that's what is defined here. So you can say go up till the last 5 weeks, because sometimes you might be on leave of absence and you haven't submitted your timesheet for a long time, then you won't really have a previous week timesheet. So that's when this will be really useful. So if you say 5 weeks, then it actually go beyond like up to 5 weeks to get your previous week's template. The next setting is enter issues ID or subject. Edit this timesheet. So this is actually checked. Enter. You can actually enter ID. Issuer's ID or subject. So when you have that checked, you will see a checkbox in the timesheet saying enter issuer's ID or subject. So when you check this checkbox, the timesheet in the timesheet you can actually enter your issues as ID or subject. So some places you will have a lot of issues, several issues, hundreds and thousands of issues where your issue drop down will be really long. In such places, you can, if you know the issue ID, or you can search your issue by subject, then you can do so. So these are the issue IDs 1, 5, and 6. Let me just actually do a new one. And then say if you just start typing, you go and grab all the issues starting with that word. So these are the issues I got. So if I select an issue, and so issue ID itself is 1. So if you do the last one, the issue ID is 9. Or if you actually know the issue ID is 9, then you can actually type 9 and get out. So this is when it's useful. So you don't have to enter issue by the issue drop down. If you know the ID or some portion of the subject, you can actually type them and use them for your timesheet. So that's where this is going to be helpful, this configuration. Allow blank issues. Okay, allow blank issues. So if you check this allow blank issue, before that, you cannot, by default, you cannot submit time to an empty issue. You have to pick an issue. So, but with this configuration saying allow allow blank issue, you can actually submit time to an empty issue. I'm saving this config now. Now you'll actually see an empty cell for the issue dropdown, so you can actually directly submit time to the project and don't have to pick an issue. So for that you have to have this configuration turned on, allow blank issue. And the next thing is enter comment in row and use detail pop-up entry. I think we talked about this use detail time entry pop-up. Now on the timesheet you actually see the comment column here. You can actually enter comments right in the row. That is possible only when you have this configuration turned on. So if it's not turned on, that means comment cannot be entered from the row. And needs to be entered through the pop-up. Okay, so right now the comment field is gone from the row, and if you need to enter the comment, you have to enter it through the pop-up. So comment actually is in the pop-up now. So that is the setting for enter comment in row. I think we covered all the settings in this section. Okay, min and max hours. I think we kind of experienced that during our demo, the min hour setting. Just see that here. So you can specify min. So if you want to enforce minimum hour per day or maximum hour per day, you can actually have this checkbox done through these checkboxes or through this configuration. So if you have a max hour, enforce max hour setup, you have to specify the max hour here. Once this is done, every time you try to save a timesheet, it will make sure that you have not gone beyond that 8 hours for that particular day. Likewise, if you have set if you have enforced min hour and set up the min hour per day, that is enforced during submission. So when you try to submit a timesheet, you'll check whether you have at least entered at least 8 hours per day before it submits the timesheet. So the max hour is enforced during save, the min hour is enforced during submit. So those are those min and max hour setting. And then we have, you can like how we can enter comments from the row. You can also enter custom fields from the row. So like we said, we have 3 custom fields defined for the spend time. So I'm going to say I want billable to be entered from the row, and also level custom field to be entered from the row. I say apply. When you do that, you will see those you will see the custom fields, those 2 custom fields also populated in the row for entry. So you notice the billable custom field is actually here, the level custom field is also listed in the table itself or in the timesheet itself. So instead of going to the pop-up for entry, you can just enter them right from the rows. So that's when this is helpful. But one caveat right now is we are only supporting 2 custom fields, maximum of 2 custom fields to be entered from the row. If you want more custom fields to be entered from the row, that's not possible right now. So that is, and there is also trackers. So you can you can filter issues by these trackers. So right now I've set up I've configured issues to be used for the timesheets or only from these trackers: bugs, feature, and support. And so in the timesheet, whatever issues you see in the drop down are filtered by those trackers. So if you don't want them filtered by the tracker, you need to empty this. Right here, if you just say empty it, then the issues won't be filtered by tracker. So issues can be filtered, or you can filter issues for your timesheet based on these tracker. And if you, on top of it, if you want user to override your tracker filtering, you just click this, allow user filtering by tracker, and say apply. Then you will see a similar list box in the timesheet. So right here you see this filter tracker list box where user can also now filter issues. So if you notice, so this particular project is listing 3 bugs and 1 feature. So user can actually say, I only want to see feature. In that case, you will see only feature. You can also say, I only want to see bugs. That way you will only see bugs. So user can also further filter. I mean, this again are useful that you have lots of issues in your drop down. Okay. So those are the time settings. There are some expense settings too. That's what I've set up for this in our instance. So you can also right now you can filter issues for expense by tracker. So I've created a separate tracker called expense, and I'm only using that tracker for logging expense. And also you can also restrict only certain projects to be used for expense. So I've created a separate project called expense project, and I've said I only want to use that for expense entries. So that's why if you notice, for the expense entry you will only see one project listed. So there's only one project used because I've restricted all expense entry to only this project, and I've created all my issues which are expense related issues to that project, and I've created separate activities, and I've used only those activities for that project. So that's why, so my expense are confined to only this project, to this set of issues, and to this particular set of activities. Okay, so I think we've come to the end of the presentation. I want to show you how the time and expense can be exported. You can export this into PDF and CSV. Go to a timesheet, and then you will see links at the bottom for exporting to CSV and PDF. So click on the PDF, we'll pop open the PDF export. So this is the PDF export of the timesheet. So it says time and it gives the name of the person, the work week, the purchase order, the custom field on the timesheet, and then it lists you the timesheet, and it gives you the acknowledgement statement there, and then gives you some signatures submitted by, approved by, and it also puts the company's logo. Right now it puts our company's logo. You can change that pretty easily. So to change the logo, go to the plugin asset folder. So you need to go to your Redmine instance, and then to the plugins folder. Yeah, Redmine instance, plugin folder, to the plugin, and then go to the assets folder, and then the images folder. Right there, we put a file called logo.jpg. That's what gets shown in the PDF as the logo. You can put your own logo here, and when you put it here, please make sure. I think you will have to restart Redmine. Either that, or you need to copy this logo to your plugin asset folder of in your temp. I think or in your public folder. If you copy there, then you don't have to restart Redmine. Otherwise, you'll have to restart Redmine. And okay, and then just do an export of CSV. So likewise, you can also do an export of CSV. It is actually a CSV file, but on my machine it gets opened as an Excel. So this is the CSV export of the timesheet. So let's just quickly look at some settings you can do for export, the PDF export. Excel doesn't really have any settings. So right now the PDF is in portrait mode. So if you want that in a landscape mode, actually swap the height and width. So change the height and width, and then you have some margins defined: top margin, bottom left, right, and the line spaces. And this is the logo it's talking about. So if you don't want the logo, you can just remove it. Sometimes logo actually uses a gem called R-Magic. The image rendering and all that uses R-Magic gem. If you don't have R-Magic installed, or have trouble installing R-Magic gem, then logo won't be displayed properly, and you might have some errors. For those people, you can just remove the logo file name here, and then you won't have the issue. So I've actually turned this into a landscape report, and I've removed the logo. So run the PDF report again. So this has actually gone into a landscape mode now, because I've flip-flopped the height and width of the export PDF, and I've removed, since I removed the logo is also gone. So I guess that's pretty much it on our presentation. Hope you had a good presentation and learned something out of this presentation. If you all have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us from our website. You can go to our website and look at us, or you can look for our details from the Redmine's plugin directory. Look for time and expense plugin, and you should be able to get navigate to our website or download the plugin there. So if you haven't already downloaded, please download it from the Redmine plugin directory. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please send them by our way. You can also submit them on Redmine forum, where we regularly check and respond to questions and other comments in the forum. So we would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who listened to our presentation. Thank you all, and have a wonderful experience with time and expense plugin. Thank you.